Toasters, welcome to a Toast to the Men Network with your guy S.D. Booker. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the support. Go ahead and hit that like button before we get started. Hit the like button. It's free. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, man. Be a subscriber. Be a subscriber. Be a supporter of a Toast to the Men Network. Also, hit that notification bell so you do not miss out on being notified when this content drops. A few days before the Super Bowl, some news hit the wire that Michael Irvin had been excused from his duties for the Super Bowl by the NFL Network and ESPN. You know, they're in business together. He had duties or things to do for both other networks, and he was excused of those duties. Reason being, Michael Irvin was accused of misconduct. We'll just say that, misconduct with a woman, an employee, a female employee with the Marriott Hotel, which she claims had happened at the Marriott Hotel. When this initially hit the wire, the first thing that came to my mind was like, dang, Mike, just stay away from them. Them females, man, just stay away from them. It could be a dangerous thing. Always has been possibly a dangerous thing, messing with strange women, even if it's innocent, even if just having a conversation. Even if you didn't do anything, especially if you're wealthy, especially if you're wealthy and famous, especially if you're wealthy, famous, and a man, especially if you're wealthy, famous, and a black man, you know, the probability of you in some messed up situations increases. And that's just the way it is. You can look up the numbers. It's all facts. But I wasn't exonerating Mike or saying he was innocent, and I also was not condemning Mike or convicting Mike in my own opinion or public opinion. I wasn't doing that because I don't know all the facts. And even if I did, there's gonna be some stuff I still don't know. So that's not up to me, all right? But that was my thought. My initial thought was, dang, Mike, just stay away from them. And partly, well, greatly, I had that thought because me being a Dallas native, being a Dallas Cowboy supporter, and me being the age of 46, I've seen a lot when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I was around when Michael Irvin was getting into a lot of trouble. Had some extreme highs and had some extreme lows in the 90s. You know, had some problems with the females, had some problems with the drugs, you know, was in and out of court. At one point, a Dallas police officer wanted to put a hit or tried to put a hit out on Mike. Yeah, it was out of control like that. Attacked his teammate. Mike attacked his teammate with some scissors, you know, over a barber chair, you know, who was next up in line. So I've seen a lot. The most recent thing, I guess, maybe, you know, over a decade ago, Mike was pulled over, arrested, going through the Dallas tollway, and they found some drugs in his car. And Mike said he had picked up a cousin or a relative earlier that day, and it had to be their drugs. But I'll be honest, man, when I heard that, on that event, that incident, I was like, come on, Mike. Man, you gotta shake it, bro. You gotta shake that monkey off your back. You know, this whole story seems weird. And that's what happens, man, when you have a history, a dark history, or a history of having some mishaps. You know, a lot of people, most people would not give you the benefit of the doubt. You know, I didn't have any judgment on this incident, but that other incident with the drugs, yeah, I did. Because I know that was a struggle of Mike's. And the story just seemed kind of weird, you know, what he was saying. But, and I could be wrong. He could have been telling the truth. But that's the reason I was like, dang, Mike, you know, you're doing good basically to stay away from him. And, you know, I was shocked kind of. I was really shocked. Like, damn. No, that came out of nowhere. But then, soon after, it hit the news that Mike was going to file a lawsuit. Mike had filed a $100 million lawsuit against the Marriott Hotel and the employee, the female, who accused him of misconduct. You know, by all reports, Mike was passing through the hotel. He was staying at the Marriott. He was passing through after a night of drinking with some buddies. He was stopped by this young lady, Michael Irvin. He stopped. Hello, I'm Michael. By all accounts, witnesses say that the conversation, dialogue was no more than 30 seconds. Nothing out of the norm, nothing disrespectful, no signs of misconduct. A fan, a fanatic, a supporter, speaking to a famous guy, a celebrity. And Mike had his distance between her, about a meter of distance, shook her hand, and went his way. Later, the woman contacts her boss, her manager at the Marriott, and says, Michael Irvin has some misconduct towards her. They contacted Mike, wanted him out of the hotel immediately. He tried to give his side of what happened. He was adamant that nothing happened out of the norm. He was not in the wrong. They weren't trying to hear that. So he left the hotel. They contacted his employer. They contacted ESPN. They contacted NFL Network. And as a result, those two networks, those two companies excused Mike. I won't say fired him, but excused him of his duties for the Super Bowl. And Mike wasn't having it. Mike wasn't having it. But there's a few layers in this, man. There's things we can learn from this. And like I was saying, man, when you have a history of having bad character, and I've done some things in my past that show bad character. But when you have a history of showing bad character and something comes up later, man, that's hard to fight against. Even, you know, you could be innocent. You could, hey, man, be on the straight and narrow for years. But when that thing comes up that you had a connection to back in the day, it comes into your present life, people, I don't think the masses, the majority, are going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't think the majority of people are going to be objective and just stand back and say, let's see what happens. We don't know. We're not going to condemn them, convict them with public opinion. We're not going to exonerate them. Let's just see what happens. You know, because that's hard to battle within ourselves and not pass judgment when we know the history. We know your dark past. And here it comes again, rearing his ugly face. And you're saying you're innocent. And, you know, many of us, I can't say all, I won't say all, many of us, including myself, it is a struggle sometimes not to pass judgment. And so I try not to. I try to be objective. If you watch my videos, man, I try to be objective. I try not to go in too hard on people, even if I disagree with their behavior. I try not to go in because you are me, I am you. And to go in hard on you, man, I got to go in hard on myself because I'm not without sin. I'm not perfect. So I got to go in just as hard on myself as I would go in on you, even though we don't have the same missed target or sin. It's all the same though, right? It's a missed target. We miss the aim, we miss the target, we sin. So, you know, that's why I try to be objective and really tell the facts, keep it real, but hold back and really judging and condemning somebody. But it can be a struggle for many. And so I can only imagine what Mike was going through, with his wife. As a married man, and she was a part of that history. She was there when he was encountering those situations. And so let's say he's been straight-laced for the last decade or decade and a half. But here he goes, man, and opening old wounds and reminding her what she went through with them, years ago. When I thought about that, I said, yeah, even if Mike didn't do it, he couldn't just let this, be water under the bridge. He couldn't just sweep this under the rug. And he couldn't just take an apology when he was exonerated and it was discovered that, hey, Mike is innocent. No, he had to file a lawsuit. He had to. For his home. For his home, he had to go all in, because Mike probably was feeling like, yeah, I did those things in the past, but I've worked really hard. I've worked really hard to be straight-laced, man, and do the honorable thing and have high character. And I ain't taking this. I don't deserve this. I paid my dues. I don't deserve this. I'm going hard in on this. Y'all gonna have to pay me. Because I paid my debt to society when I messed up. So y'all gonna have to pay something to me for messing up. And so, yeah, I feel like Mike had to do that. I feel like Mike's gonna get paid. And I think he should get paid. This will be settled out of court, I guarantee you. Yeah, this is ugly. And it'll be settled out of court. But speaking of Mike being married, man, I tell you, man, if you're married, and not just on paper, man, if you got a woman, brothers, that you rocking with strong, you feeling her, you vibing, you like to get out with her, you like her energy, she respects you, you love her. When you out and about, man, moving in these streets, the majority of the time, man, you want to be with your woman. You really want to have your woman by your side because that's your layer of protection. A few videos ago, I spoke about, primary roles, not sole roles of men and women, but primary roles and the things we bring to the table naturally. And so a man naturally is protecting you in the physical world, finances, anything that may come harm you physically. That world, he's protecting you from the conditions of the weather. We had a lot of rain here. He's supposed to create an environment that protects you from this rain with shelter, the proper clothing. He's supposed to do that. Solely, no, but primarily, right? But the woman, I said, protects the house, protects the man in the mystic world, in the spiritual world. Not solely, but primarily. That's her superpower, intuition. This doesn't happen if Mike is with his wife. Yes, I know you're saying he's working. Listen, man, a lot of brothers take their women with them. Ozzy Osbourne used to do that with Sharon. LL Cool J does it. Nori, from Dream Chumps does it. A lot of people do it, man. When you're with your woman, especially the right woman, can't just be any woman, gotta be the right woman. When you're with that woman, a lot of things just won't come your way. A lot of bad vibes, a lot of bad energy won't come your way, especially from other women. Especially from other women. You won't encounter it. This doesn't happen to Mike if he's with his wife. It doesn't. And, Mike has encountered a lot of things in his past because he wasn't with his wife. Man, you gotta keep your wife next to you as much as possible. As much as possible, man. It's gonna save you from enduring a lot of pain. I promise you. Anytime I was with my woman, I never got in trouble. Now, I've had to check a few guys, chin check a few guys, but I never had an issue, never got in trouble. And that's that layer of protection. And when I say not in trouble, I'm not even And I've never been in a situation like Mike's been in. But what I'm saying is, it's bigger than cheating. It's just energy coming your way. That feminine, negative feminine energy, or that toxic feminine energy, or just different elements. Your woman will warn you. Her intuition will kick in. If she's right within herself, her intuition will kick in, and she'll tell you when she ain't feeling something, when this person ain't right, the energy ain't right. When this woman has ulterior motives, when this environment's not right, she'll pick that up. You know, things you may not sense because your intuition isn't as strong as hers. Yes, man, we have intuition, but if we're acting within our natural selves, her intuition is way stronger than ours is, just naturally. And that's her superpower. And so, man, yeah, this doesn't happen if he has his woman. And yeah, but that's a lesson. That's a lesson to be learned. So, you know, I think Mike could get over this. He'll be exonerated. He'll get paid. But moving forward, man, I just hope he rocks with his lady more. You know, have her next to him more. And this type of thing doesn't happen. Because the fact of the matter is, this woman definitely knew who Mike Irvin is. Anybody in the U.S. is going to know. I'll say if you're over the age of 20, 30, you're going to know who Michael Irvin is, right? Played for America's team, won, 3 Super Bowls. You're going to know Michael Irvin. Lively, extrovert type personality. And I'm telling you, man, this woman thought this was going to be an easy come up. She did. Because of Mike's history. I'm telling you, man, because of Mike's past. And I think his past plus black athlete, you know, they got a bad name too, professional athletes. All that in her mind was the right recipe for her to play the card she played and to get paid. That was her objective, I think. Now, if her objective wasn't, it's sinister in itself to do this, but if her objective wasn't to get paid, to file some type of, you know, suit to get paid, and she just wanted to cause a distraction, cause distress, you know, that's even more sinister. But I think she was going to try to get paid. That's what I think. And she felt Mike was the best target, right? This doesn't work with the Dion. It doesn't work with the Emmitt Smith. It doesn't work with the Troy Aikman. You know, they just didn't have that type of pass like that. But she felt like Mike was the easy target, and it backfired. Mike's gonna get paid, and rightfully so. But yeah, there's something for us all to learn from, man. It's not past judgment. We can look at things objectively, have discernment, but none of us are without sin. And when I say sin, I mean none of us have hit the target 100% of the time. You know, we've all have fallen short, but yeah, protect yourself by all means, man. Always protect yourself. The safest place to be for a man is with a woman who respects you. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna be at home more, you're gonna be under her bosom more. Safest place to be. The safest place for a woman to be is under the arms of a man who loves her. Hey, as always, toasters, love, peace.